Hello everyone, welcome to another video in the Deploying MindsDB series. In this video, we'll be deploying an instance of MindsDB using Vultr Cloud instance. So let's get started. To complete this tutorial, we'll be needing a Vultr account. So if you don't have a Vultr account yet, then you can simply head over to www.vultr.com/promo/try100 and you can sign up for a free cloud account. Vultr provides 100 USD worth of credits to try their platform services over a period of 30 days. So coming to Vultr, Vultr provides high performance cloud computing solutions to users across the globe. So you can easily deploy cloud servers, bare metal and storages worldwide. So once you have signed up for a free account, you can simply log in and the dashboard for your Vultr account opens up, which should look something like this. As you can see, this is the dashboard of Vultr, and already the instance section is selected over here. So you don't need to change anything. And on this page, if you have any instances created before, then this should list out all the available instances. But as of now, we don't have any instances present. So what we can do now, we can simply click on this deploy server. And once we click on that, it takes us to the deploy new instance page. What we want to select here is a cloud compute instance. So I'll click on this one. And then from the CPU and storage technology, I will say, let's go for Intel high performance. And then for the server location, it is always recommended that you choose something which is closer to your geographical location. So I'll go with Bangalore. And now for the server image, we want to go with Ubuntu. And the version should be 22.04 LTS x64. And then for the server size, we have a free credit available. Also, we want a good speed. So we'll go with something like 4 virtual CPUs, 8 GB of RAM and 6 GB bandwidth. So I'll select this one and then add auto backups. We can enable it or we can disable it. It's not really needed for this tutorial. So let's turn it off. We don't really need it. This is generally recommended if you are doing something for the production. Now coming here, so enable IP version 6. We don't have any issues with that. We can keep it checked. And then no public IP version 4 address. We don't need to check this one, as we will be needing a public IP version 4 as we want to access the MindsDB GUI. And then cloud init user data, enable private virtual private clouds. We can keep them unchecked. We don't need to do anything with that. Now coming to the SSH key, we don't want to add one. Now for the server host name, we will go with MindsDB demo, and the server label will be same as well. And here at the server's quantity, we just want one instance. We don't really need more than one instance. So if you have anything for the production, then you can go for multiple instances. But for the sake of this tutorial, we can keep it at one. So this is how the configuration looks. So for the server, we have chosen a cloud compute. Then the CPU and storage technology is Intel high performance. Then the server location, which is closest to yours. For me, it's Bangalore. Then the server image is a Ubuntu 22.04. And then the server size is this 180 GB NVMe. And auto backups, we have disabled that one. And IP version 6, it was checked beforehand, so we have let it be as it is. And all these things, we don't need to initialize anything there. And for the SSH key, we don't want to add one. So what we can do now, we can simply come over to here. We have also set the server's quantity at 1. Now we'll come over here to this deploy now button and we'll click on deploy now. So it should take a while to instantiate the server. So as you can see, the status here says installing. So let's wait for a while until it is up and running. Then we can go to the instance details page and we can continue from there. Okay, so as you can see, the status is running now. So what I will do now is I will simply click on the name of the server and it should open the server details page. So this is how the server details page looks like. So here we have a simple warning saying the server may still be finishing installing. So let's wait for a while and then we will start with the steps. So one thing you can note here is we haven't really created any SSH key for the instance. So if you want to log into the instance and start working with it, then we need a username and a password. So this is your username root and this will be your password, which is hidden, of course. I'm not showing it in this tutorial, but we can simply copy it and then we can use it where we want to use. So what we will do now is we have an icon over here which says view console. So I'll click on this one and the console opens up for me. Okay, so as you can see, it's loading. So let's wait for a while. Okay, so the console has completed its setup. Now it's asking for the login. So now we need to provide the MindsDB login username. So the username will be root. Just type in root and hit enter. Now it's asking for the password. We'll come back to this console, this MindsDB details, and we'll copy the password. And then again we'll go back to the console. We will click on this side arrow, and here we have this clipboard. And what we'll do now is we will paste it here and we will say paste. So the password is pasted, although it is not showing, but it is pasted. Now we can hit enter again. Okay, so we have logged into the cloud server that we just created. As you can see here, it is written root@mindsdb demo. So we can now start with the installation process. So this server doesn't have Docker installed already. So let's go ahead and install Docker first. So we'll do something like apt. Okay, so the console got reconnected. So we'll go ahead to install Docker and it will be apt install docker.io and we'll hit enter. Now it's asking to continue. We'll type Y and we'll hit enter again. So it will take a while. It will download Docker for us and it will install it. So let's wait. Okay, so Docker installation is complete. Now let's check whether Docker is installed properly or not. So what we'll do, we'll just try to run Docker hello world. Okay, so Docker is installed properly. As you can see, we got the message hello from Docker. So what we want to do next is we want to pull the latest stable release of MindsDB using Docker. So let's do that. We'll say Docker pull MindsDB/MindsDB, and now we'll hit enter. So it will pull the latest stable release for MindsDB and it will take a while. So let's wait until the pull is complete. Okay, so the pull is complete now. So what we'll do next is we will try to run MindsDB and we will expose the specific ports for the MindsDB GUI and for the data transaction. So what we can do now is we will type in this command docker run, then we will say -p for port. Then we will specify the port, which is 47334. So this port will be used by the HTTP API by which we will be accessing the MindsDB GUI. Then we will say -p again and we will specify the other port, which is 47335. And this is the port for the data transactions. This port will be used by the MySQL API. Now we will specify what we want to run, which is MindsDB. And now we can hit enter. So now it will take a while to get started. Initially, these services will be starting to run, and then finally we will get a message saying that the services have started on this port. So let's wait till you get that message on the screen. Then we can continue. Okay, so as you can see here, we got the messages like the HTTP API is starting, MySQL API is starting, and MongoDB API is also starting. And below that, we got that they have started on this port, and the HTTP API has also started. So what we want to do next is we can close this console, and then we will try to access the MindsDB GUI using the public IP version 4 for the server. So we can simply click on this close. And now what we want to do is we want to copy over this IP address, and then we'll open a new tab, and we'll type in the IP address. Then we'll say colon, and we'll say 47334, which is for the GUI. We'll specify that port and we'll hit enter. As you can see, we were successfully able to access the MindsDB GUI. So let's explore this one. So the top panel which you are seeing over here, this is for the query. So this is basically the query editor. We can write the queries over here. So I can write something like show tables, and then when you write the query and click on this run, the result what you want to see after the query is executed, that is showed here at the bottom. So this is the result viewer, and towards the right we have the learning hub over here, and this contains all the learning resources. So if you are new to MindsDB or you are just getting started with MindsDB, then you can definitely use this resources in the learning hub, and you can get to know MindsDB better. So now let's try to understand like what are the default tables present when we launch the MindsDB instance for the first time. So I have already written the query saying show tables. Now let's execute this one and let's find out what are the default tables present. So I'll hit this run button over here, and it return the list of all the default tables present. So we have 3 tables, mainly the predictors. So the predictor tables contains each of the predictor model that we train as an individual record, or you can say as an individual row, and each row has columns which contains the details of each predictor model. And then we have the second table, which is the predictor versions. So when we retrain a predictor model, generally versioning occurs that time. So if you're wondering why do we need to retrain, so suppose there is a data change, or you want to specify a specific candidate model that you want to use, then you can retrain the model, and then what happens is you will have versions for a particular predictor model. So all the available versions are stored in this table, and you have the ability to switch between the versions, and you can choose which version you want to use. So that's how the predictors versions helps us. And then the third and the last one is the databases table. So what databases table does is it contains the list of all the databases that are connected with the MindsDB instance. So that's all. Like, we have explored the MindsDB GUI and we got to know what are the default tables present. So it's time to summarize what we all did in this video. So initially we created a Vultr Cloud account. Then we created a Vultr Cloud server. We installed Docker inside the server. Then we installed MindsDB using Docker. Then we explored the MindsDB GUI. And finally, we explored the default tables present in MindsDB when we launch the instance for the first time. So that's all for this video. I hope you liked this one. So drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and do share it with your friends. And don't forget to drop a GitHub star on the MindsDB GitHub repository. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.